Well, welcome back to the Timeline Ranch. It's a beautiful July day here in the Chihuahuan Desert. It's the Timeline Ranch. Let me show you a quick look around. So I've been looking for a product to use as a whole house filter here at the ranch, and I had a company reach out to me by the name of Drop. They offered to provide me with a few of their products to try out here at the ranch, which one was a whole house filter and the other was the X12 RO system. So let me show you where the water comes from here at the ranch that I'll be using. So all the water I use here at the ranch is surface water, rainwater. It starts up on this mountain, runs down this creek, dumps into the pond here. From there it filters through an underground trench of sand and gravel to this shallow well. From the well it goes to this old-fashioned pitcher pump that I can use without electricity, but I'll also have an electric pump, which I have not gotten to yet, which will pump it to a building up on the ridge to act similar to a water tower, and back to the building. So that's where I needed the whole house filter to take out some of the TDS, the total dissolved solids in it. Let's go over here to the well. I'll show you the products they sent me. So these are the two products they sent me to try out here at the ranch. I've got a 2-stage whole house water filtration system. It's this model number, along with the Drop X series. This one is the X12, WD-X12, Drop X12. They make two sizes larger than this. If you're needing more water, this one will produce 1,200 gallons per day on a 24-hour basis. If you need that much water, which I will need quite a bit of water later on down the road here at the ranch that's ready to consume. So let me pull everything out of the box. We'll take a look at it real quick and then I'll show you where it's going to be installed. So these are the two products they sent. You'll have to excuse the wind turbine. There's a little bit of wind today. This is the whole house filter. It comes with, it's a 2-stage filter. It's got 2 filters already installed from the factory in there. A filter wrench along with fasteners to attach it. There's a nice easy to mount bracket here. This is the X12 RO unit. This would be facing towards the, looking out of the cabinet, underneath of the cabinet under your sink. This plate is held on by little magnets, which makes it easy to remove. This is where your filters are. They're very easy to remove. You just turn and pull. This red hose is your wastewater. This is a little adapter to attach it to the sink waste pipe. This will be for your water supply from your city water or well water into the RO unit. This will be your water coming out of the RO unit that's been filtered. Goes to this smart faucet that has some nice features. We'll talk about it a little later. So due to my crude plumbing system I have here at the ranch currently, I'll have to do some extra work to get this piped in so it can function. Got some miscellaneous fittings here. An RV pump to pressurize it, because right now my system is all gravity feed. I'll be installing it in this little building here. I'll show you where it's going to go. So this location here is where I'll be installing it. As you can see, this place is still under construction. I've got a very crude plumbing setup. Just a water spigot that's fed from a gravity tank on the roof of the building adjacent to this one. I'll be installing the smart faucet on a little piece of wood right here, so it'll drop over this little basin. We'll have the RV pump connected from that water supply to the whole house filter. The RO unit will sit right here. Well, let me get this thing installed. So here we are the next day. I've got everything connected. Let me explain the setup that's here. This 3/4 PEX comes from underground from a barrel of water that's on the roof to give it a little bit of head pressure, but it's not enough to run this RO system. So this 1/2-inch pipe goes up, comes into this little RV pump to pressurize the water, comes out of the pump into this whole house filter that water drop provided to me to test out here at the ranch. Pre-treat the well water. Then it comes out of that. Little whip comes around to this 1/2 by 3/8 angle stop to supply water to the RO unit, the X12. So this white tubing here is your supply in. The red is your wastewater out. This is your treated RO water. The blue tubing goes up into the faucet, the smart faucet. You also have a power cable coming out for controls on the RO unit. We've got a little power pack. It's a transformer is what it is. Take your AC power, 115 volt to 36 volt. And here's our RO unit, the X12, that water drop provided to me to use here at the ranch. So the smart faucet, very easy to use. You just turn the knob slightly and it'll give you a reading of how many ounces was already set on there. You can turn it up to what you want. Just press it, it dispenses that amount of water and then stops. It comes out a little bit abruptly, so it's best to lean the cup slightly at an angle so you're not hitting the bottom of the cup. Or if you're filling a larger container, it doesn't matter. There is a setting that you can slow it down where it has a soft start. I haven't bothered messing with that though. Once you activate it, it'll have a light showing that the UV light, disinfectant light's running. These are showing your filter status. Blue indicates that they're good. They will change color when it's time to change them. It'll show you total dissolved solids real time as it's dispensing water. So this little red tubing is our waistline. It's going to discharge water when you're using the faucet. It would be wastewater, but I'm collecting it and I'll use it to water plants or even dump it back in my water supply because I'm using the water for showering and hand washing, that type of thing. It's nothing that harmful that wasn't already in the water. It's just a concentrated version of it, so there's nothing wrong with reusing it. Let's go ahead and cycle this faucet a little bit. It's going to be fairly loud because of this RV pump. That's where the noise is coming from. The RO unit does have its own internal pump to push it through that RO filter, but that's very quiet compared to this RV pump. It's just a setup I have to have because of my crude plumbing. So you're going to turn the knob on top. It'll show you how many ounces you're going to be dispensing, and then you just press down on it. So it's showing total dissolved solids there on that TDS reading, real time. You see the UV is illuminated because it's on while the water is dispensing. And that's 64 ounces. And it'll turn off, it'll time out after it sits there for a minute. It's as simple as that. So some of the features the X12 RO unit has that I do like: it filters down to 0.0001 microns. Excellent filtration performance, fast flow rate, one of the fastest of any units that's on the market. The smart faucet has real-time water quality monitoring, so it shows your TDS real-time, total dissolved solids. The wastewater is 3:1, 3 parts pure to 1 part waste ratio. The tankless design saves space, avoids the risk of bacterial contamination from standing water. Filter replacement is very easy. So on the filters, as far as filter replacement and the life expectancy of them, Here in our instruction manual, we've got filter replacement guide. It's on page 11. The top one's the activated carbon filter, the F1, life up to 12 months. Pre-sediment and carbon filter, black, F2, filter life up to 6 months. That's the remineralization filter as well. The bottom one is the reverse osmosis membrane filter, F3, filter life up to 24 months. As far as cost, it's going to run you around 15 cents per gallon, and this is 2025 for the filter replacement. Over a year, it's going to run you slightly under $200, which is considerably cheaper than buying bottled water, and the quality of this water is going to be better than your bottled water because it's happening real time. It doesn't have a chance to sit there and bacteria to build up and plastic to leach on the cheaper quality bottles anyway. So you don't have any waste products except for the filters, which they can be recycled as well. All in all, it's a lot more environmentally friendly. You know, upfront cost of this unit is more than a gravity feed system, but when you go and figure the cost of the filter replacement, this type of unit is considerably cheaper. So this has a cover as well. I didn't put it on there just to show you the filters, but it has magnets right here, very easy to take off. You just set it on there and it clips into place just like that. Has a nice clean look. So after I got it all hooked up, I kind of wanted to see what was left in the water after it went through this. Of course, it does have that remineralization filter, so there's going to be some micro elements in there, calcium and some other things. So I ran it through this distiller here. And it was 1 gallon that I distilled of water. That's what came through it. It did have a little bit of mineral residue in there, which was expected because of the remineralization filter. What's in this coffee cup here is the wastewater that's left in the chamber once it's completed its distillation cycle, and it has no smell, absolutely none. So I would say it does a very good job of filtering the water. I distilled a gallon of straight well water, and it was orange in the bottom from all the TDS minerals that were in there. So it definitely does a good job of filtering it out. And the taste of the water is very good coming out of this faucet, just straight out of here. So no complaints on my part. So there's a paid Amazon link in the description to the video if you're interested in checking out some of their products. If you do decide to purchase one, a small percentage will go to the Timeline Ranch and is appreciated. Every little bit will help get me closer to being out here full time to make this project go a lot faster. There's also pinned in the comments. I'd like to also thank Water Drop for giving me the opportunity to test out this product at the ranch. It's going to fit the needs for the ranch, I believe, very well. I'll see you on the next one.